welcome back, and today I'm starting an exciting series here on my channel where I will be sharing our journey raising our child bilingual. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Karina. I'm a full-time mom to my 20-month-old daughter Michaela, and here on my channel I create videos on numerous motherhood topics where I share my experience, ideas, tips and tricks to try and make motherhood and fatherhood just a bit easier on you. I have a big series where I review baby foods and snacks, big series about breastfeeding. I share toddler and baby meal ideas, toddler and baby updates, activity ideas, product reviews, and more. So if this sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing and make sure to hit the bell to get notified about a fresh video every single Thursday. I am fluent in 3 languages myself, in Russian, Ukrainian, and in English, obviously. And despite the fact that I'm from Ukraine, Russian happens to be my first language. My husband is from Peru and his native language is Spanish. And right now we live in the US. Currently, we're raising our daughter Russian-Spanish bilingual. I think this is the correct term as of now because we're definitely not raising her right now trilingual. Despite the fact that we live here in the US, we do not teach her English on purpose. We're actually trying to avoid teaching her English. You see, our language situation at home is very difficult because I don't speak Spanish and my husband doesn't speak Russian, meaning we speak English to each other all the time. Add to that watching a lot of content on TV in English and people outside everywhere speaking English. Michaela does get a lot of exposure to English language. It's not like we isolate her from this language, no. We just don't speak to her English, don't confuse her, don't teach her English ourselves because she has another 2 languages to learn, which is confusing enough. We believe that she will learn English on her own very quickly, as all the kids do, when she will go to daycare one day or even to preschool later on. We don't worry about English at all. It's basically our first rule, making it less confusing with languages by eliminating the one that she will learn regardlessly just by growing up in this country, and in this way she will hopefully become trilingual. Once again, I'm not an expert on this topic. Today I'm just sharing what are we doing to teach our daughter 2 languages in our unique circumstances, and I will be definitely sharing updates once in a while on how is it going, and we all will be able to see if what we do works. So if you are very new to this subject, you'll find this video helpful, but if you have more experience than me, then please leave your tips in the comments below for me. I will really appreciate that. First of all, we try to follow the one parent, one language rule. When I speak to her, I speak Russian 99% of the time. Fortunately, it's not very difficult for me to quickly switch to Russian from English to Russian, but it took me a little time to master this skill. Same goes for my husband Bruno. He is trying to speak only Spanish to her, but he's still working on the skill. I try to remind him about it because he does find it a little more difficult to be switching from just speaking to me English and the next second speaking Spanish to Michaela. Him spending less time with Michaela than I do definitely plays a big role in his ability to switch from language to language very quickly, but it also plays a big role in Michaela's exposure to Spanish in general because he gives me an opportunity to stay home with her, which I'm so grateful for. He's at work a lot. And we have different personalities. He's not very talkative. It also influences the presence of Spanish in Michaela's life. But it's just impossible for him to talk as much as I do because I'm so talkative. I talk a lot. So that's just him. However, he found something that helps Michaela hear him speak Spanish a lot, which is FaceTiming with his family in Peru pretty much every day now because of the pandemic. So this actually is much better because for kids, here you engage in the conversation in your language makes them learn faster versus just hearing me just speak to her or him just speak to her. And this is just perfect right now. We do the same with my family, so she gets a lot of exposure to conversations, back and forth conversations in Spanish and in Russian. Her grandparents, uncles and aunt also trying to connect with her through camera and play with her and teach her new words and ask her questions and stuff like that. As of now, given the circumstance of me staying with her majority of the time, she understands a lot of Russian. Almost all the words she says are in Russian, and you could see her speak and you could see how she understands Russian in my Baking with a Toddler video. I will have it linked up here and in the description below. In her 18 months update, you could see how she points on the animals and make different animal noises and showing her body parts and stuff like that. Right now she's more advanced, and I'm going to talk about that in her 21 months update that will be coming in a few weeks. And in Spanish, she does understand some Spanish. She says ciao and papa in Spanish. And honestly, I don't worry about Spanish as much as well, because in the US, Spanish is probably the second most spoken, most common language. You can hear it everywhere on TV, playing Latin music, radio playing Latin music. You can hear people speak Spanish on the streets and in the stores, and in schools it's very common to take Spanish as your second language option. So I don't worry about this language as well. Unlike Spanish, Russian is completely my responsibility. If I don't provide enough exposure to it, she won't be able to learn it on her own. And I'm very glad about the fact how good she is doing, how great she is for her age speaking Russian, while she also has these distractions of other languages all the time. In the end of the day, it will always be the first language she spoke, so hopefully this helps. We have a lot of Russian and Spanish books that we read to her. We also have English books, but we do not read them to her in English. We either translate it to her, or we just go through pages, go through the pictures and name the objects, which is her favorite thing to do with books anyways. We have some toys that speak Russian and Spanish. We sing to her only in our languages. Her screen time is 90% of the time Russian or Spanish cartoons. Back when she was 1 year old, I used to put sometimes Ukrainian cartoons because it's also my native language and half of my family speaks Ukrainian, but I had to be realistic, quality better than quantity, and she just doesn't need more confusion in her life. What we also do is one day we would put the same cartoon in Russian, the next day that same cartoon in Spanish. I'm not sure if that helps at all, but that's what we do. Also in the car she has DVD, Tom and Jerry DVD in English. That's the only time she watches something in English, but next time we should actually get her something in our language. Fortunately, we have some friends in town who speak either Russian or Spanish, whose kids also speak those languages, so it's a great opportunity for her to engage with them, even though right now during pandemic it happens rarely. Sometimes I do speak English to her. For example, when I say something to her and I want Bruno to understand. Usually it's like a short, funny phrase, but right now I try to avoid doing this as well. And sometimes I speak to her English outside of the house. Don't really speak English, just say some English phrases or words. In a situation when people try to say hi to her, they go hi, and I have to tell her to say hi back, and I go say hi, Mikhaila, or say bye. And before she would just stare at me like, what are you talking about? But now I think she understood, and I think she knows what bye and hi is, because she started waving, and I think she's actually saying hi now as well. So that's one English word she knows. Our goal is for her to at least understand Russian and Spanish, and at least be able to engage in a simple conversation. And at the most, I would love for her to be able to read and write in Russian and Spanish, but I know it will require a lot of effort, so I'm trying to keep my expectations real, keep them low, because I know that she won't be able to be fluent in all three languages unless she will have a desire to learn them very well when she is older. All we can do is give her those basics at this age when it's so easy for her to learn, and I'm sure she will be grateful that we did it because Russian and Spanish are very commonly used languages around the world. Remember to leave your tips and suggestions for how can we up our language game, and let me know in the comments below what languages do you teach your child besides English. And if you found this video helpful and interesting, please give it a like. It's very important for the YouTube algorithm and it gives me an idea which kind of content you guys like to watch. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for a fresh video every single Thursday. I will be definitely posting updates on us raising Michaela bilingual or maybe trilingual, we'll see. And today I want to wish you to have joyful and peaceful parenthood journey. And I'll see you next week. Bye.